So today we have Alan Mont Evans, and he's the proud school owner of Mr. Kustom Cuts school down in Starksville, Mississippi. Now, Alan, I want you to share with the group, because we got a lot of people on here tonight, a lot of future school owners, and I told them a little bit about you. Can you start from 7th grade? Because a lot of people don't know that you dropped out of school in the 7th grade, a 7th grade education, and now you're at the top of the food chain as a school owner. So if we can kind of start way back, not where you are right now, because a lot of people don't know that. So let's start back there, Mont.
Thanks, Chan, man. It's good to be on this call, man. I started at 7th grade. I didn't even, man, we talked so much, I didn't even know I even shared that with you, man. But I have my transcript, man, from elementary all the way up until high school. And that's true, man. I never finished anything over seventh grade level. I'm a country boy, man. And, I'm from Starksville, Mississippi. And definitely a proud owner of Kustom Cuts and Style, as well as Kustom Barber College. But man, just going back, I started cutting at the age of 13. See y'all. All right, see y'all. Make sure y'all lock the door. Yeah, I started at the age of 13 cutting hair. So that's kind of like basically just changed my life. And when I say like, you hear a lot of people say like barbering changed their life or they saved their life. Like literally, like barber actually changed my life. God saved my life, but barbering changed my life. But yeah, man, it's a lot of passion in barbering. Ever since the age of 13, I started off cutting for free, without me even knowing that I was sowing seeds back then. I just wanted to cut hair. That's the only thing I wanted to do at the age of 13. I wanted to be able to cut hair. And growing up with a huge family, man, never been to a barbershop.
How many of y'all was it?
7 of us. 7 of us. We stayed in a mobile home, 3 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. It's not like I growed up in poverty, honestly, but pretty much my mom didn't have an income. My pops, he had an income, but he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do in order for, but just to make the long story short, honestly, man, growing up with a huge family, it's been really like my back been against the wall all my life. And if I can just show y'all my transcript, man, the Satan was out to get me from day one. But it was just the determination, man. When he put those clippers in my hand, that basically just changed my life. And I didn't even know it at the time. And I never put down my clip at the age of 13. I continued to cut, continued to get better. I had to go to school, of course, to get my GED. That definitely was a struggle, man. I tell you, Chen, man, when I went to the school to get my GED at this community college, man, they sat that book in front of me. And, man, I don't know, I was crying or sweating. It was that bad. Like, I was crying and sweating because it's some things, curriculum that was in there that I never saw in my life, because of the level of education that I had coming out of school. So a lot of stuff that my mom was telling me, it slapped me in the face, that things that I'm gonna need.
Now, why did you stop at the 7th grade?
Man, just wasn't applying myself, man. Jumped out there in the streets early, selling drugs, just jump off the porch early, man, and just got more excited about the females, and selling drugs was making me more money, way more money than cutting hair, and growing up, like me, man, everybody that was a drug dealer, they the one was showing you love, they was the guy, so that was kind of like influential to me, but that's what kind of like got me off track for is with my education, man. Not that, I had good parents, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't apply myself, man, and it's kind of helped. It kind of worked out for the best, honestly.
Now, keep going.
Yeah, because now, man, it's, I know where I came from. and I know where I'm at right now. Like, it just keep me so humble because I know I don't even supposed to be here. You know, I suppose statistics says that I'd be dead, I'd be locked up, man. You know, my teachers told me that all the way through grade school. You know, that not that I was a bad person, but you know, I have made bad decisions, and you know, I don't even supposed to be here, man. That's why I pour everything out that I have, man, into my business, and I just took, you know, I took all that negative stuff that what I was doing, like in the streets, and took it into something positive. And you know, once I obtained my GED and everything like that, man, I
How
know
was
skies
that?
was the limit. You say, how was it?
Yeah, getting your GED.
Man, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough, man. It was very tough. My GED was way easier than going to barber school. Going to barber school, I knew once I got my GED, it was a wrap. You know, I knew that from day one. If I can ever get over this GED, I know I was good. You know, and honestly, you know, thought about quitting the GED class a lot of times, you know, but you know, it was just that spirit always was in the back. God was telling me then that I can do all things through Him, because He was going to strengthen me to get through it, you know. And it wasn't for that, man. A lot of other people encouraged me to stick with it because I knew that I wanted to be a licensed barber, and the only way I can be a licensed barber, I had to go and get my GED. So, you know, I just had to buckle down, man. It took me about close to about 2 years to get it, you know. But once I found out I got it, man, I was working a full-time job. You know, I got delivered from those streets. I was working a full-time job, and
Where at? Where was you working?
I was working for a furniture factory because it called Franklin. They build furniture. Probably some of the furniture that you got in your nice house out there in Nashville.
How
But
much was you getting paid?
well, honestly, it was a pretty good job back in oh five, oh six. You know, it's a pretty good job. I was getting paid like $15 an hour then, but I had to break my back. But I mean, I was preparing myself too. And that's one of the things that I want, like, people's on this call to, if you don't get anything else, I was preparing myself. You know, when I got my GED, you know, I was working full time. I was still cutting hair on the side, and I was still going to school to get my GED. But at the same time, I was preparing myself. You know, a lot of us, we really just don't prepare. If you want to school, you got to start preparing right now. You know, so I was preparing myself. So when I got my GED, I could pay for my tuition out of my pocket, and that's what I done. Once I got my GED, I quit my job, and I paid for tuition basically out of my pocket. I got done in 9 months. I never missed a day. People was coming to the barber shop. I'm at the barber school. I went to a local barber school here in the area, and people was coming there. I was just like I was at the barber shop, you know. And that's why I'm so hard on my students now about, even with this pandemic going on, we still not open to the public, but your determination going to get you where you want to be at. You know, is nobody going to stop you from what you want to do. When I say if I can do it, Chin, I mean literally, bro. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You know, but it just had to be determined, man, and you know, dedicate yourself. You know, if you want different, you got to move different.
So when in barber school you graduated, and when you graduated from barber school, what did you do?
Man, you know my whole story. I mean, that's why you asking me these questions. The day I graduated barber school, man, was the day I opened up my barbershop in 2008. You know, I opened up under my cousin named Donna Jones. You know, I can work up on a licensed barber here in the state of Mississippi. So the day I graduated, the day I opened up my shop for business, I was preparing around 1,000 hours looking for me a building, and I thought I wasn't gonna find one. I promise you, man. When I say that the building that I have, I'm a country boy, but the building was in town, downtown Starksville, and the Spirit led me to come on this street where I'm at right now, and it was a crack in the door. So as I merged on the hill, I turned around and I came back into this building that I'm in right now at Custom Style. I peeped in here, and guess what? It used to be a salon. Everything was already set up for me. I like, boy, God is good. It took me 2 weeks to get in contact with with Mr. Monroe Dewberry. It took me 2 weeks to get in contact with him. I finally got in contact with him. In contact with him, he told me he will renovate rent out the building, and bam, I got the building, man, and I promise you, it been up from there, been uphill.
And that was what year?
That was in '08. I opened Custom Styles in 2008.
So that was 12 years ago. So now you got your own barbershop, and tell us about that.
I had my own barbershop since 2008. I started cutting. I wanted to always bring something different. You know, I didn't want to be like everybody else. I didn't come in business trying to compete. I came in business trying to create. And that's what really just got me to the place where I am today, to be honest with you, man. I came in, when I noticed when nobody opened on Mondays, I dedicate myself on a Monday through Saturday, unlimited hours, for 5 years. I said that was going to be my ultimate goal. I want to do it at least 5 years. And I did it for 5 years. And till this day, people still come here on Mondays because I had built that establishment. I never, just hard work, man. I work a lot of time on Mondays. Don't get me wrong. I had a little couch up in the shop. A lot of time I sit on my couch. I do some reading. You know, I remember in the shops reading the Millionaire Barber book. Y'all go purchase that book if y'all haven't got it, man. It's a great book. But a lot of time, man, just getting hungry for education. And that's one of the things too. Like when I got in school, Chin, man, I got hungry for education. Like I wanted to know, because I didn't know that barbers and stylists had to study A&P. That stuff is just like, I mean, it made me hot. You know, it made me hot. It made me want it. And it made me wanted to know what's going on, you know, and that's what, you know, and I was telling the student earlier, man, we get paid for not so much of what we do, but it really about what we know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
and keep going.
So yeah, '08 I opened up, and you know the rest was history, man. I just stayed faithful, man. And those people that's on this call, man, I promise you, man, if you stay faithful, if you're trying to open up a school, that's why you probably on this call, right? Cool. But if you're trying to open up a school and you got a barbershop, salon, or you're working in somebody else's barbershop, salon, if you're not preparing yourself to own your own shop, I'm talking about in their business, being respectful, of course. But if you're not preparing yourself to have your school, don't waste your money. It's a preparation, man. It's nothing that's not given to you. You know, everything is earned, you know, and I prepared myself in the barbershop because every single person that's came in the barbershop that I hired to work, well, that I rent a booth out to, I had to teach them. And that's a lot of time, man. I question God about that. Like, Lord, everybody else got barbers in their shop, been in their shop for years. Why? Everybody that comes in the door, I gotta teach them because they fresh out of school. They don't know that, you know, some of them never pick up a razor, you know, so you have to teach them, you know, teach them the brand and teach them how the different techniques and stuff like that. And I question God a lot of time, man, because of that, honestly, like, but I mean, he was preparing my path right then, like even just teaching. And if you ain't willing just to teach your people everything that you know, some people, I have been in seminars, man, in Atlanta, and people like, man, I don't teach nobody nothing. I don't tell them everything. Even great minds will tell you, don't tell them everything, man. When I say I taught everything that I truly know and gave out genuinely information and with no charge, that's what I done. you know, and
you would go to Bronner Brothers. Now, what made you start going to Bronner Brothers, and how was that?
just hungry for education, man. I wanted to, I mean, the saying is here that Mississippi's slow. Like, Mississippi got some of the richest peoples in the world. You know what I mean? A state ain't slow, Chin. It's not the
No.
state, bro. It's the peoples. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. They always say the people down south. I'm from down
They
south.
slow.
And
Right.
we dominate.
Absolutely. You know, we're very talented, but it's just that, you know, people get so conditioned, man, to their environment where so that they don't reach out and try to get more. You know what I mean? When I say like condition, like you used to doing the same thing. I didn't want like a traditional barbershop. I didn't want a barbershop like on Barbershop the movie, bro. That's not us. Don't portray us like that. Don't downgrade us. You know, we can be professional too. We can wear ties too. We can wear polo shirts too. You know, we can. You know, we don't have to have gospel in our shops, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just didn't want that type of environment. I thought that was just a thing of the past, and that's why how people try to portray our African American shop, and that's not so. You know, if you do it like that, if you don't take your business serious, your career serious, because it's not a job, it's not a hustle, it's a career, man. So we got to take it serious. I mean, we study this stuff. You know, and we get certified for it. So you got to take it serious. And that's the only way you're going to get paid some serious money, that you taking it serious.
So when you went to the Bonner Brothers show and you saw Atlanta, what did that do?
Well, I always kind of like heard about like the Bonners and stuff like that. But just the experience, man, and that's what that's why I met you at. And
what year was it? Do you remember what year?
Man, that was like in 10, 11, 10. Like that was that was like 10, 11, you know. But just hungry for education, man. It wasn't no IG, Facebook. It was like MySpace. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't none of that. People weren't trying to. I mean, you had genuine people out there then. Like people were trying to get information, without being like a celebrity barber. You didn't hear nothing like that back then. You know, you didn't hear stuff like that. You heard, it was people that's really trying to get it. It wasn't out here finessing people. You know what I'm saying? So, but I met some good people, man, and you were one of those guys, man, that I met back in the day, and I'm very grateful, man, to have you in my corner. Someone just told me that just keep communicating with you, man, and that's what I did. And honestly, like having a school, bro, that wasn't even a dream. Like I ain't never think I'd have a school, but once I got on social media and people start reaching out to me, I start doing like seminars and stuff like that. My first seminar was with Todd Bernard. He came out with I Cut Pro. He did he used to have a thing, My Barber's Black, and he reached out to me. I was honored, man. And, for me and from Mississippi and from where I'm from, man, I was honored that he reached out to me, and that was one of my biggest seminar. We did it in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was a great outcome. And from there, man, it was just start doing them, and a lot of more other people was reaching out to me and stuff like that. So it basically, and I was doing it for no charge, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't charging nobody nothing. I was getting free game out there, but not knowing, look at God, that he was preparing me for what I got now.
So when did you start thinking about the school? Because back in 2010, when I would talk about the schools and was teaching at Bronner's and all of that, when did your mindset shift, or what were you thinking?
Well, honest with you, man, I got a good friend called Elgin. He's from Memphis, Tennessee, and we ended up doing seminars together and stuff. And he's getting ready to make a transition or moving, and he said, "Man, I got enough equipment to to open up a school. I like, for real, man, I like to get me some equipment, man. You know, you never know. And really, he really just prophesized on me, man. He said, man, you gonna have you a school. Like, you know, I really wasn't just thinking, like, I was outside of the box, don't get me wrong, but you know, it just gave me that extra motivation that, you know, it's possible that I could, but you know, it was still was, you know, I was content, you know, I was in a blessed place where I was at, you know, six-figure barber for a while, you know, and business still growing, you know. So, but what I didn't want another barbershop. I didn't want that because most of everybody comes in with a to-go plate and they leave you high and dry, you know. So I got tired of sharing everything. You come in with no clients, you know, and I helped you build your clientele up. I let you eat off my plate. And at the end of the day, when they get what they getting, you know what they gonna do? They gonna dip on you. You know what I mean? I mean, it be hurtful sometimes because, you know, we only humans, you know. But, you know, this business, bro. You can't put your feelings in business. I mean, if you're trying to open up a barbershop and you thinking, you know, you getting your feelings, you gotta keep that out. You can't do that because you're gonna be hurt a lot of days for sure.
So when did you make that transition of, what was the day when you said, I want to do this school?
Okay, the school, man, crazy part, man. We had a lady next door to the barbershop. The same guy, that I bought the barbershop from, he had a building next door. He never can keep nobody in the building, like never. The lady had a boutique. She ended up moving out. Okay. Man, honestly, like I checked this building. I look at the building. Well, he gave me the key because he'd be out of town. I came and look at this building, and I was like, man. And I did my regulation for a school in the state of Mississippi. Guess what? The school, the boutique was already set up like a barber school. The barber school, state of Mississippi requires you to have 10 chairs at least, right? Okay, 10 chairs at least. You got to have a men's and a women's restroom. You got to have 3 shampoos, bowls area where hair care goes on at. What else? You got to have a classroom. You got to have a library. All the room with, I didn't have to base it. Only renovation I had to do is just add another restroom. That's it. I got the building. Man. I still did, since I didn't have to do a lot of renovation. Of course, I came in and did my thing with it. You know, it's, and guess what though? Guess what? This is the killing part about it right here. Let you know, man, is God in your favor, man, you gonna win every time. All you got to do is just do right. Just do right. Be faithful and do right. I promise you, if God in your favor, it's gonna lay in your lap. He gonna give you what your heart desire. He gonna give you what you didn't even ask for. I promise you. But the school is 1,200 square feet. Guess how many square feet you got to have to open up a school?
1,200.
That's it. Look at God. Open up another door for me, man. Got the school. And man, now we at, I mean, I growed it, you know, got way more than 10 students. I mean, I got more students than I got chairs. And I want to leave this with the people that's out there, that's seeking schools and stuff like that. To be honest with you, that's about the best way to start. After I did my research, of course, Chan, you remember I'm talking to you about it, and you gave me countless information. Like, you cut all my leg works out. But when I talked with you, man, and that was the way to go, because I didn't jump out here getting a square footage building, 4,000 square feet. You know, I jumped out here and I growed up into what I am, what I am right now. You know, so it just didn't. I didn't start out like that, and that was the best way. After I did my research, of course, you my mentor, so you gave me some great advice. So I pressed play on it, man, and I promise you, it's like I say, I growed it.
So did you tell people you were going to open a school?
Yeah, well, definitely, man. Once I got the building, you know, I try to move silent. Um, but once I got it, I went ahead and did my thing in it and stuff like that. And like I say, Chin, I've been mobile educating, man, for a while, and really just, I mean, I done did platform work, people trying to pay you with products, man, and all that stuff, man, all that. That stuff is kind of, a lot of that stuff would be, I mean, it's good. It was good experience for me, and I appreciate all the opportunities and stuff, man. But when you're talking about a school, that's a whole nother level. Like, that's a whole nother level. And right now, I'm not even 2 years into my school. And like I say, I have calls daily. Yeah, I'm not getting accredited from the government, but I have a lot of assistance, like a lot of assistance coming from the government. Some of them, my assistant is paying the full cost of tuition. Some of them only paying half. Some of them may pay 1/4. So I've been truly blessed, man. I mean, I've been truly blessed.
Now, how did it feel when you first opened your school?
Well, it really wasn't nothing new to me, honestly. It was just that I was stationed there, and I know I was going to be doing a whole lot of limited, doing like mobile educating, because now I have a responsibility of these students. It feels good, man, to teach somebody, man, that never pick up a pair of clippers in a day in their life, and at the end of their 1,500, or even at 90 days in, they about ready to go even in a barbershop,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't hold no information back, man. I mean, I'm a modern school. We teach the modern techniques, and I look at it, most schools, and don't get me wrong, I don't compete. I create. I'm a creator. So most schools, they have a lot of old owners, and nobody really just teaching them anything. That's the problem that I had in my barbershop. When they come in, they don't know nothing. Like, where you went, bro? You know what I'm saying? You don't know anything right now, So you have to basically just have to teach them, you know what I'm saying? Because, you want people you don't want them to sit in your shop not cutting hair. So, but just to see your future, your label though, that's priceless.
How did it feel your first graduate? How did you feel?
Man, that's first graduate, bro. I had to hold back tears on that one. Yeah, I had to hold back tears. And you probably all would never, you'll never forget your first graduate. My first graduate was Terica Brooks. She's a female barber that actually work in my shop right now, killing the game. Sky's the limit for the young lady. She haven't been cutting long at all. But that first graduate, man, that's mind blowing, because now you really gonna see the future of your labor. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of guys that reach out to me, man. I've been and even took classes. I look back on classes that we had back in Memphis, at some old pictures. Man, these guys are doing like, I probably was saying something in those classes, bro, because a lot of these guys out here, I look back now, like, these guys got shops. They didn't have shops back then. Like, even Smash didn't even have a shop back then. Like, he opened up a shop in Baton Rouge, and Smash is the dude right now, But I remember, it's all a process, man. You just got to be faithful and love what you do.
Now, how did it feel to graduate your daughter? How was that?
Man, I've been, I told you the story, but, I've been I want all of my kids to be in the industry, and, I don't build, I try to build generational wealth, and that's what I wanted her to do she went to a university. Say it again.
Tell them the story.
Yeah, you can go to the university. She went to the university she went to Ole Miss, Mississippi Ole Miss. And I talked to her all the way up there about, because I'm in a college town, bro. You know what I'm saying? I go to Mississippi State is in the town. I cut a lot of college kids here, and a lot of them, they go to school, man. And I see it like all the time. They go to school, they get out of school 4 years, They get out of school, they can't find a job, stressed out. They got to go back to school because they're not qualified. They go back to school 2 more years. They get out of school, they overqualified. I'm like, man, what is this, bro? They go in school in debt, get out of school in debt. I like, bro, it got to be a better way. So I didn't really want my daughter to go, honestly. Like, I was going to support her, whatever she decided to do. But I actually didn't want her to go. I was going to pay her way, go through barber school. And I ain't thinking I was going to have a barber school like later on. But I think it didn't, I think she waved the wave for a little while, and it didn't wave the way she wanted to wave. So I got to school, and honestly, like, she started doing wigs. Like, before I got to school, she was doing little wigs. I say she might be on to something because I used to buy like mannequins and stuff growing up. Dolls, mannequins. I kept that in a room, but when I started seeing her doing those wigs, I knew it was something up to it. You know that, and around that time, honestly, I didn't even have a school then. But when I got to school, she was still in school. Not in my school, but you know, like I say, I just try to. She figured everything out, and I think it was more of that first graduate, that female barber, because female barber is not like really like popular in my town, in really in the state of Mississippi. You don't really just see a lot of female barbers, but she got some hype on her where she got, you know, she was getting a buzz around town. People was bragging on her, talking about her, and she, like I say, she killing it. But I think she was more influential than me, to quite be honest with you. But now she see like the force, like the long term of it, you know, because not only she went to my school, then she working in my shop. So basically she pretty much managing the shop now, you know.
Now, what did your family say about you with all of this? From them
And
seeing
I got
you
it.
from a young man to where you are now, because they know how you were when you was younger and to how you are now.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Actually, man, I still got to live in. I mean, my mom, dad, sister, and brother, all of them still living. And I was the black sheep. I was the first one to smoke dope. I was the first one to sell powder, crack, cocaine, weed, whatever you wanted. I had it. I was the first one to even to smoke cigarettes, black and mild, whatever. You know. So I was labeled as the black sheep. You know what I mean? And now, man, with me having, man, I bought my dad a small farm. I mean, I don't, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you everything that I do for my peoples, but because I think that's unnecessary. I'm definitely not bragging about no means, but when I say I'm the backbone of the family, come from a black sheep to the backbone of my family, man, just to see my family happy and just, you
What
know,
are some of the things you've done?
you said again?
Well, tell us some of the things that God has blessed you to do. Hell, I tell everybody that I retired. My mama 14 years ago and bought her
Yeah,
a 2,000 square foot house, a mansion. I tell them how great God is. Tell them some of the things
man,
you've
yeah.
done.
Yeah, my dad, I got my dad a small farm going. Uh, that was just a blessing, man, because, you know, although he retired, he still able to really just still do something, you know. And my dad, man, he was a hard worker. That's why I get a lot of my work from him. Like, he was a hard worker, but he didn't really get paid a lot of money, you know. So, you know, with me just reaching back, man, buying my, you know, I ain't got to the house yet. You know, I got to put them dues in like you did. But buying cars and stuff for my mom and stuff like that, definitely. And I mean, like I say, man, I'm the backbone of not just of my immediate family, my wife and kids, but my mom, dad, sister, and brother. You know, they need anything, you know, they know I'm here for them. You know, I say, man, I just been truly blessed, man. And my dad, he'll do anything for me, honestly. You know, if I need him, like I got rental property, you know, I got several rental property. I got into real estate. I've been buying and selling cars nearly 20 years. Real estate about 7 years. Say in cattle. And when I say like all of this stuff, like I do research before I even invest my money. Like barbers and stylists, and listen to me when I say this, 80% of us retire broke. You know, if you making money and ain't investing your money, that does it no good. And even with this pandemic, y'all stay woke, because money, US money is about to be really no good. You know, invest your money, barbers and stylists. You know, if y'all want a school out there, it's definitely possible, but start investing your money, man, into something, man. You know, just we look at problems too much instead of the solution. You know, people was coming to me, wanted me to cut their hair, looking for cars. I say, shoot, I can sell a car cutting hair. You know what I mean?
So how
And
did
that's
they
what I done. I've been doing it for nearly 20 years, bro. And actually, I started out doing the cars, and the cars helped me get my rental property. You know, I got over about 40 acres of land. You know, got rental property on it. Got cattle on it. You know, so I mean, you know, you it's several things that you can do out there, and you can. And I ain't never cut my clippers off. My clippers still going. You know, so I mean, it been times that I come in, I meet somebody in the morning, look at a car, I sell a car, I work from 8 to 5 to 6. When I get off, I let them look at a car, and they'll buy a car. I've sold 2 cars, work all day, and going home fat, you know. And I done that, you know, and I just said it like even in seminars when I do, like I don't hold no information back. Like that's easy. Like that's some of the same thing that you can do easily. My rental property basically take care of itself, you know. I got some decent maintenance, man, you know, on my list. You know how they go, but I mean, you gotta invest your money, man. The school with the school now. I think my AirPods went out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we still hear you. Yeah, we still hear you. We can hear you.
And listen for some audio. Say something.
Testing. Yeah, we can hear you. You can keep talking.
Everything.
All right. So keep going.
Yeah, man. You gotta help me, man. You know I'm old.
So you said that. All right. So now with the school, some of the future school owners on here, can you tell them about how the paperwork? How'd you feel about this paperwork?
Man, it was a lot of paperwork that I didn't know that I had to have, honestly. Man, if I didn't reach out to you for it, well, you already told me if I needed anything, and I usually be seeing your posts and stuff like that, man. And no, honestly, I was gonna try to really just kind of like do it on my own. I thought it was really wasn't nothing to it, but man, no, it ain't nothing like that. You know, I'd have been still running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But I mean, you share information with me, man. I mean, you would genuinely share it with me. And if I didn't go that route, I'd still be, you know, I probably got there, but I'm telling you, it'll save a whole lot of feet work if they holler at you. I promise you. And I appreciate it to this day, man. I mean, it's cut down a lot of stuff that I thought I had together and I didn't, you know. So that paperwork, man, was like, I didn't know it needed that much paperwork. It was like books, bro. Like that's a lot of paperwork. But you're definitely gonna need it, man. People ain't really just sharing information like that, you know. When you talk to people, genuine people anyway, but people is really not sharing information like that. I knew some school owners, but I mean, some of them didn't even have the information. I don't think, but I mean, Shan, you had everything that I needed. It just cut down the fee work.
So next, once you open for 18 months, then we'll start on accreditation with NACAS. And then that's when you'll be in position to get, once you get the accreditation, you'll be getting about $10,000 per student for the Pell Grant. That's just free money. How much is your tuition right now?
We got it at 65.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's at 65.
when you get accredited, we have to take that up, because if the government, when they send you that $10,000, and if your tuition is 6,500, that means they pay you the 10, then that 3,500, you'd have to give that back to the student. So you'd raise the tuition, so that whole 10 to go in your bank account, and you ain't gotta take none out. So once you get to that stage, how's that gonna be?
It's gonna be crazy, bro. Not to mention, I know we haven't got there, but we outgrowed the one in Starksville, Mississippi. We opened up another one about 30 minutes from here. Bigger place of 4,000 square feet. It's about to get real. You know, got have about 40 to 50 chairs in there, you know, and honestly, like half of them is already booked. You know, your reputation, man, is followed you, man. And you know, not saying that I had a lot of challenging moments, man. I get challenged every day, you know, but perseverance, bro, is the name of the game. That's the name of success. You know, if you're a school, if you interested in opening up this school, I mean, a lot of people are like, man, why is you open up a school in a pandemic? Why you open up a barbershop in a pandemic? Bro, it was a great recession in 2008. I don't move on the world, bro. You know, I move on what God wants me to do. And this is the perfect time. People might think I'm crazy, but this is the perfect time. If you want to open up a school, open up a school. Because guess what? Look, all the millions of people are unemployed. And guess what? We're going to spend money. $532 billion industry.
There's people becoming millionaires and billionaires in the pandemic. We're on this Zoom right now, this video. I've been using this since 2013. When the pandemic hit, he became a billionaire overnight. The man that owns this Zoom, this video thing that we're doing, because everybody started using video. So while one person is not making money, another one is getting rich. Everybody's not broke.
Oh yeah.
Right now, there's people making a lot of money, and now they've approved distance learning, online education in a lot of the states. Natchez has approved it, and this government has too. So now, when did you start thinking about this second location?
I mean, it was no brainer, man. I tell people they go up on their prices when they can't take care of all their clientele. You know, it just makes sense, you know. And it was the same way as the school. You know, when I had overflow, you know, I got a small building, you know, 1,200 square feet. That's not real big. I only have 10 chairs, you know. But it's not that I was fearful on just jumping out there, getting up 3,500 square feet. I knew I was eventually it'll get there. But you just can't make foolish moves. You know what I mean? You don't want to be way overhead, doing too much, you know? Grow into that, you know? I grew into it. And once I grew into it, honestly, I started looking, and again, man, I mean, I don't have no lie to tell you. Again, got an old restaurant. I'm doing renovation. I might share the picture with them on my IG. Y'all can just, if y'all follow me on IG at Mr. Kustom Cut, that MrKustomKutz. I might share some pictures later on, like a before and after. I bought an old restaurant, and again, like I say, it's set up. It's set up just like a school, just like a barbershop. It's already set up. It got a big, nice classroom. It got a nice floor area. 2 restrooms already in there. I mean, nice little place where you can do like I mean, it just already set up for it, man. And you know, it just show you when you genuinely trying to give people information and stuff like that. If y'all trying to be like schools on it, y'all don't want to show nobody nothing. I mean, thinking people's gonna outdo you, you got the wrong attitude, baby. You ain't gonna never make it like that. You gotta give. The more you give, the more you're gonna receive. So you don't have to worry about nobody taking what's for you. What's for you, can't nobody get it.
That's right.
You know?
What God has for you is for you.
Yeah, can't nobody get it. You know, just give it to them. And when you give it to them, when you show that you are faithful, you want to be a school owner, you ain't teaching nobody nothing. Where your fruits at? You know, you gotta look on your tree. You know, see if you have any kind of fruits. Have you told somebody that you can go back and say, I remember when that person came in and didn't know anything. You know, stuff like that matters, man.
So can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so let me know. I'm scrolling down and you can tell me when to stop so you can talk about a picture.
I haven't shared the picture yet of the barber,
Right.
but I share some pictures like later on my page where I did like a before and after. I'm doing renovation right now.
What about
Hopefully. Oh yeah, that's when they did a nice little article here in the city on me, building the next generation. Man, I got a lot of support from a lot of people, man. Honestly, like a lot of support, man. When you genuinely trying to give people information and stuff, I mean, you can't do nothing but win, you know. So if y'all trying to be like shop owner or a school owner, let's say school owner, because you don't want to be behind that chair all day. I promise you. You don't want to do that when you 50 and 60 years old. I had a guy that he came and got some stuff from me earlier, and he came and got the instructors up underneath me, and he said, "Man, I just don't want to cut hair at no 50 years old." And I was feeling that because I definitely don't want to be cutting hair at 50. And if we're not doing what we're supposed to do, you definitely will be, you know.
Tell us about this. Tell them about this picture.
Oh yeah, that's the day, man. Yeah, that's the day my daughter started the barber college, man. October the 1st, man, 2019. First day she started. I was about a year into the program.
So how did you feel about that?
And that was mind blowing, man. Like I say, it was just a feeling that you can't explain, Chin. You know, when your seed, and don't get me wrong, I'm talking about when I say this girl is naturally talented, bro. Like I ain't had to say over her like I do a lot of students, you know. Like, I mean, she naturally talented, you know, and she gonna do great, man. 110% behind her, man. For us, I mean, I don't think I want. I be messing with her now because, you know, she don't have that drive I have, but you know, like I know, Chan, man, we can't expect like people to operate like we do, you know. They're just not gonna happen. You're not gonna get along with nobody if you think that. You know what I'm saying? Like people's not gonna operate like you because we're just different, you know.
What about her?
Yeah, this is my first graduate, Miss Terica Brooks. Hey, she's the cream of the crop too, bro. I mean, when you get like loyal peoples on your team, like I love female barbers. I love female barbers now. They gonna clean the toilet, bro. They gonna sweep hair off the floor. Hey, they ain't got no pride. Like they gonna, like I say most of them anyway. Like they coming in doing way more than guys. Guys don't even want to sweep their own hair off the floor.
Now, your haircuts, I remember when I met you at Barber Brothers, your work has just been always superb, like an artist. Tell us about your work.
Appreciate the kind words, Chan, man. I tell my students, man, I'm gonna share it with y'all. Man, if your heart is genuine, if your heart is pure, I promise you, your craft will be even more pure. Somebody missed that. I might have to want to say that again. They might can't ask me. I said, if your heart is pure, your cut's gonna be even more clear. You know what I mean? So therefore, you can't be competing with the people that's in the shop with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's really like it starts right with an inside job. It got to be in your heart, bro. You know, if it's in your heart, bro, it's gonna come out. You know. So, you know, of course, you know, over the years, you know, it's a lot of experience in those cuts, but at the same time, man, I mean, your heart got to be right too.
Now, what did you think your first time going to Atlanta when you saw a lot of Afro-American people, Black people with different mindsets, you know, doing a lot of things?
Man, I kind of fell in love with Atlanta, like, honestly, like for real, because I met like a lot of people that I don't meet a lot of people like-minded. And what I mean about that, like, everybody don't think like you think. And then when I went out there, man, it was like, shoot, it was so much love because people were sharing information, bro. It was like back then now. It ain't like it. It ain't like it. You know, it was a little different now because of the social media and stuff like that. But back then, man, people were sharing like information. If you needed something, man, they was, you know, sharing contacts, and man, it was just, I just thought that was just amazing. And just meeting like millionaires that cut hair. I was like, man, y'all making 6-figure cutting hair? Y'all a millionaire and y'all just, you know, you cutting hair? But it just wasn't the cutting the hair part. You know, they was doing a lot of things outside of cutting hair. They really were like bosses, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I meant, you know. And that's why I got excited. And it's motivation to me even to this day, you know, just to go out there. And I thought I'd never make 6-figure cutting hair. I made 6-figure in 4 days with my eyes closed, you know.
What you gonna
And
do? Make 7 figures with the school when you get a credit?
I still cut. Don't get me wrong. I still cut right now, but I mean, God is there. I mean, he doing a new thing right now. You know, he doing a new thing, and you know, I'm getting ready for an overflow. And eventually, bro, I mean, I love what I do. I love to cut hair. I don't do it for the money, but because I get paid more with other things than I do cutting hair. You know what I mean? So, but now, like with the school, like, yeah, another level, another devil. You know, a school, it's gonna be another devil. But I really love like teaching. You know, I really love that as well. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. It won't be long, Chin. I hope none of my well, I find out that some of my clients is on this call because they're gonna call me, but it won't be long, bro. You know, I'm 41 now, and I feel like I was telling a lot of people just thinking I'm just gonna pull up the clipper anytime now. You know what I mean? Like they ask me. Some of them kind of scared to even ask me, you know, because it'll kind of give them the mind like, man, I don't want nobody else to cut my hair, you know. But you know, God is good, man. I train a lot of all my students now, all my people that's in the barbershop with me now. Like I train them. God have worked all of that bitterness, you know, for as like what you had to deal with, like people's on the outside. Now I only get people that's rent boots out to people that I train, you know. So, and it was, I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of hurtful time, bro, that I had to go through, you know, a lot of heartaches and pain because, you know, the good guy always gonna get stabbed. The good guy gonna get punished, you know, regardless. And, you know, and it was just like, it's just like Jesus. You can be the best teacher, bro, but Judas had the best teacher, but he still betrayed Jesus. Peter had the best teacher, but he still denied him. So it don't matter how good you are, bro. People still gonna treat you some type of way. But just be pure, just be faithful, and let God work those things out, don't fight fire with fire. However they treat you, the word tell us to, pray for those because they really don't know what they're doing. And they don't. Like, you're a dangerous person when you're messing with a genuine person. You know what I mean? You can't do that, because
Hey, Mr. God, people.
yeah, it comes back on you, fourfold, So,
Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he reap.
Absolutely. And that's church. That's it. And it's gonna be some times like that, but I said that to say, man, if y'all talking about opening up to y'all schools, quit procrastinating. Go ahead and sow your seeds now. It's seed time. It's seed time now. Now it's time to plant those seeds. And you're gonna have a nice harvest, but you gotta plant those seeds. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Talking about planting a seed. Plant your seeds because, like you said, Chan, you reap what you sow. If you ain't reaping what you sowed, you got to go back and see what you've been reaping. So if you just want to open up your own school, it's definitely possible. This is the best time, man. I have had more enrollments in a pandemic than I had before it even happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting students, man, every week. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I mean, people is looking for security, and we still are recession proof. We got shot down here in Mississippi for about 6 weeks, man. I was glad because I was on a farm. I raised me a garden this year. We still eat greens, bro. But we are still recession proof. People were asking me to cut their hair for $100, $200, like it's nothing. That didn't excite me because we in a pandemic, for one. And for two, I don't chase money. I chase the dream. And now these things happening for a reason. And I just had to take those precautions. But barbering it's never going anywhere. Trust me. And if you got that certification to be a barber, and I promise you, kids, they ain't gonna be wanting to go to the university, man, for no 4 years. When you can go to be a barber in 9 to 10 months and get 6 figures less than 5 years, that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. And we steady getting paid more and more money, because people don't mind paying for nice quality haircut. Go out there and get you a school, man. Quit procrastinating and go out there and, like I say, you prepare yourself, proper preparation prevent poor performance. You want to definitely do that. But at the same time, you want to, sow those seeds and expect a great harvest.
Do you have time for Q&A?
I mean, yeah, definitely. We do it here in school,
I'm talking about for a couple of people on here that's got questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
okay.
Y'all
So
come on with it.
We're gonna open up the Q&A.
Marketing to get additional students in.
Good question, Yolanda. My recommendation for is like, and the question you probably asking is that you probably fearful on how many students they're gonna sign up. Basically, like on my reputation, as a barber stylist, and my reputation, and with me, like I say, that's why I was saying like, with me doing like mobile educating and stuff like that, and teaching a lot of people, and a lot of people came in my salon and my barbershop, and they know that, they was, so to say, don't want to be ugly, but they know that they were struggling. But once they got into the barbershop, I mean, they starting to, live a whole nother life. And to be honest with you, the reputation is kind of like, it's following me. And not to mention, I have a decent follower, but so when I said I was gonna open up a school, like I had a whole lot of people. Like if I was doing like accreditation, like in the beginning, like it'd be I wouldn't have had enough room. You know what I'm saying? But they do that for a reason. You know what I mean? Like do your small school before you can get your accreditation, because you're not going to get accredited, and you have some assistant, but you're not going to get accredited. So I had about 6-7 students to start. I say, bam, they take care of me for 2 years. I ain't have really no real big overhead, you know. Not to mention, like Chin say, like it's tax-free money, like all the practical stuff that goes straight into your pocket. They was taking care, basically, like the students has been taking care of the overhead, you know. So I knew right then that it was success is, you know, I'm bound for it, you know. But it really just goes back to, like I was saying earlier, like if y'all are barbers or stylists or got your own shop or working for somebody, working at a booth or something like that, man, you know, just act like you already got your own shop or already got your own school respectfully, you know what I'm saying? And build you a reputation where so that you're a hard worker and, you know, you're doing great things, and, you know, let your platform going to speak for you, and you're going to have a lot of people going to reach out to you and want to be up under your leadership. Being positive all the time, you know. I mean, we got to prepare for things like this, you know, not talking negative talk all the time, you know. Don't nobody want an instructor and they always complaining, you know what I'm saying? So your reputation gonna kind of like follow you for it's like what being a school owner. So, you know, that just, I hope that answer your question. But
you built a brand.
yeah, basically.
When you build your brand, people gonna come to you based on your brand.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, Chin, because I tell a lot of my students, you build a business, but building a brand is different. Business brand, now I got a system. In other words, I really ain't got to cut no hair. My system worked for me. You know what I mean? Build a business, build a brand, then you have a system. You know? And you don't never have to worry about anything, pretty much, because you have a system that works for you.
Because when you build a brand, almost everything you touch turns to gold. If you look at a brand, people with a brand, they're doing a lot of different things. And because people buy, they're not buying your product first, they're buying you, they're buying the brand. That's why women buy red bottoms or Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or whatever. It's no better than anything else, but
Right.
Brand. Now, Cynthia, her school got filled up so quick, Cynthia had already branded herself. Stay Ready Nail Studio.
Wow. Congratulations, Cynthia. And that definitely would do it, man. You know, I can't understand why a lot of barbers, like, I mean, I'm not big on followers. I don't care if I drop all my followers tomorrow. I'm not mad at all. Like, I mean, you can't, like, but if you build to a certain status in life, I mean, you gotta take advantage of that, you know.
Somebody asked you another question. What is a good size square footage to start out with and be able to have a classroom?
Well, I say, you know, I mean, I can't tell you nothing that I haven't done, but I say 1,200 to 1,500. You know, 1,200, 1,500, you can put your 10, 15 chairs in there until you get accredited. You know, once you get accredited, you know, you can always upgrade.
And
you know,
you all can check y'all state board rules and regulations. Mississippi is 1,200, Tennessee 1,600, Georgia I think is 3,000. So check your rules and regulations, and whatever they specify, I would do the bare minimum of what your state board rules and regulation says. Somebody asked you, with the social distancing, how would you schedule the students to work?
Well, good question. And that's why I press play on a bigger building. So we have day and night classes, and some come in the daytime and some comes at night. You know, so that definitely working out for it.
Somebody said the school owner must have an instructor's license, correct? No, you got to have a licensed instructor working in the school. You can be a school owner and not be a licensed instructor.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have your instructor's license, right?
I do.
Tell them what was the benefit of that?
Well, goes back to what we were saying earlier, Chin. Is nobody really gonna do what we do? When you invest your money, man, you can't rely upon other people. I mean, it worked for some it don't, you know. But before I open up a school, I want my instructor license. You know what I mean? I won't want to depend on nobody else to do anything that's for me. You know, once you build your system, you know, that's when you can let somebody else work for you. You know, but just getting out here without an instructor license, just the business side of it, I don't think it'd be a good advice for me to give that person, honestly. Like I want my own license, because you don't want to get to a point where somebody holding they got you by the hands. If they leave, you don't have no backup plan. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When I opened up my school, I was an owner instructor, you know, and was the only one. And guess what? I still have a look and learn corner where I still can get compensated for my cuts. And like you say, I do a look and learn. So it's a demo. If state board come in, it's still a demo. You know, that's a lot of time. And that would make my school so attractive, man. Because people can video me. They can go home, watch it, ask me anytime, any question, anytime of night, anytime of day. You know, they can't go on YouTubers and ask the YouTubers no question, you know, but they can ask me anytime.
How do you feel when you cutting and all those students are around you in amazement and asking them questions?
Well, man, I tell you, right now with the social distancing and stuff like that, I have like a few of them, well, 2 of them like at a time on each side, because I don't want the clutterness. But I mean, it just brings that passion out on you, man. You know, especially when you've been doing it for so long. Like I had, like, even like when I was in the barber shop, man, a lot of the guys that was in the shop, they'd come over there and ask me. It's deja vu, bro. Cause same thing I was doing in the barber shop, I'm doing it in the school, but I'm getting compensated for me now. You know what I'm saying? And that, I mean, it's crazy. All the things I was doing in the barber shop, that a lot of time that and now, like looking back, bro, like it was just seed was being sown.
Somebody asked you, are you doing any online teaching or are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I'm definitely in process of doing like the online thing with my lady. I talked with her, as a matter of fact, I supposed to have been already in the system, because when I first got here, I got an ebook and stuff like that, like digital forms, but we just got to do something different for us, like with the online. And the online is good. You can get with Chin with the online courses and stuff like that as well. But yeah, that's definitely a good idea. But for us, like with the practical and stuff like that, I mean, it's good with theory, but people still gonna want to know how to cut hair, you know.
What other questions y'all got for Mont? Well, Mont, I want to thank you for coming on, sharing with them, and you come a long way. I'm proud of you. You just getting started, because once you get accredited, it's going to be a whole nother level. You're going to go from 6 figures to 7 figures. So you're right on the right track, and I'm glad that you shared about you having a 7th grade education, because it doesn't matter what education we have. We don't need no college education. We see that from the billionaires, Bill Gates, and all them. So you shared a great story, and I'm sure your parents are proud of you and your mama. It's a blessing that you have your parents. Being 41 years old, and you still got both of your parents. How old is your mama?
My mom is 66. My dad is 70, 71, something like that.
Well, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
That is a blessing. So you continue to love on them, and you already got that strong faith in God. So sky's the limit, and keep up the great work. And
man, really appreciate it.
In our mastermind group, I'm gonna put this on YouTube because you've inspired a lot of people. I get so many DMs and messages. Who is that guy that was talking about God? Man, I want to get in the program because you know he had a strong faith. He talked a lot about God. So man, he had a 7th grade education because I had to go back and I didn't listen to your. I've listened to it over and over. Like when I'm working out, I wake up, I listen to everybody, all of y'all speaking. So y'all inspire me, and you've inspired me to continue to go on. So what would you like to leave the group with?
Well, man, I definitely can't leave them with without acknowledging God, man. You know, the Bible speaks of man, if you know, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. We're not living in a perfect world. We'll never be perfect at all. But if you seek God, man, sky's the limit for you. You know, and it's not gonna be easy out there, whatever you do. But perseverance, man, and just trust God in everything you do. You can't go wrong. So keep God in everything, pray about everything, worry about nothing, and let God do what he do. You know, let him do what he do. And I appreciate you, Chan, for everything you have done, man. You've been truly a blessing to me. You've been truly a friend, a genuine friend at that. And I thank God for you as well, bro.
All right. Well, I thank you, Bot. Make sure y'all follow Mr. Kustom Cuts, and y'all have a blessed day.
Appreciate you, Chan. Good night.
All right.